How can you improve your AdSense revenue if you own a website? Well, here are 10 tips for doing just that. First tip, give your ads prominent position. You want your ads to be noticed. Now, this may be not something that appeals to you as a content provider. You say, oh, my content's important, the ad's less important, but your ads are very important if you want to generate revenue from them. So you want people to see the ads. As we talked before, there are certain hot spots on your site, mainly towards the top of your page, towards the left of your page. Top and left are the prominent positions because people read from top to bottom and from left to right. So make sure that people see the ads. Don't bury the ads. Don't put the ads at the very bottom where they can't see them. Give your ads a prominent position so people will see them. 2, and this may seem a little odd, but you want to format your ads so that they look like they're part of the page. You don't want your ads to look different from your other content. If you have simple black text on a white background, don't come out with white text on blue background ads. People will see them as ads and just visually skip over them. They won't even look at them. They won't click on them. You want them to stumble into the ads. So you want the ads to pick up the same formatting as your other content. Now this, you may say, well, this is going to trick my users, my viewers. They're going to be tricked into clicking on the ads. They're going to think it's part of the page content, and you're absolutely right. That's the whole point of this tip. You want them to click on the ads. You don't want them to be able to avoid the ads. So you want them to see your content, see the ads, have trouble differentiating between the two. You'll get more clicks on your ads. Tip number 3, when you have your choice of ad formats on your page, choose a larger format. Here's why. You have the possibility of including more ads within the ad block, as well as more different types of ads. So if you have a larger ad format, you can show both text and image ads. In addition, a larger ad format will display not just 2 or 3 ads, but will display 4 or even 5 individual text ads. So you want to put as many ads as possible on your page. Choose a large ad format. Tip number 4, actually kind of what we talked about in the last one. You want to display both text and image ads. Don't limit yourself. You want, whatever advertisers are out there. There may be a advertiser with an image ad, and no advertisers with text ads, and therefore you wouldn't have any. If you only displayed text ads, you wouldn't have any ads at all on your page, where if you opted to display both types of ads, you're going to get pull from both pools of advertisers, and again, that's a good thing. Tip number 5 is an interesting one. You want to surround your ads with images, and here's why. Again, if someone's seeing the image there on your page, they might think that the ad is associated with the image. They might think that the ad is a caption for the image. They might think that the ad has something to do with the image. In addition, their eyes are drawn to the image anyway. So if their eyes are drawn to the image and there's an ad right next to it, that ad's going to get noticed. So you want to, whenever possible, put images around your ads. It'll draw viewers' eyes right to that position and then to the ad itself. To the point of more ads, the better on a page, you want to put multiple ads on your page, put multiple ad blocks so that there are just more ads there, and therefore the more ads there are, the more potential there is for a viewer to click on one of those ads. You also want to use something called section targeting, and we go over this in more detail in the book, but basically this is HTML code that tells the AdSense, hey, this is where I want the ad. This is what's important. This is the content that's important to the ad. Section targeting, what it does basically is puts more relevant ads on your site. It puts the ads closer to the relevant text. So you want to use the HTML section targeting. Tip number 8, track your performance. Don't just use Google's tools. There are a lot of third-party tools out there you can use to track your performance. And you want to track your performance because you always want to be checking and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And these tools will really help you do that in some fine detail. Tip number 9 is kind of buried down here as the number 9th tip, but I think it's the most important tip. You want to improve your site's content, and here's why. You can optimize your site for ads to the utmost degree, but if you don't have any traffic, there's not going to be any clicking on your ads. So you have to start with traffic, and you get traffic by having really good content on your site, unique content that isn't available elsewhere, and quality content and relevant content. And when you have this content, you're going to have visitors. People are going to be coming to your site right and left, and the more visitors you have, the more clicks you're going to have on the ads. So all this talk about advertising and optimizing for advertising is one thing, but unless you have traffic, it doesn't matter. So start with the traffic, which means start with your site content. Get people to your site, and then they'll be clicking on your ads. And we have our final tip, and that is test. Test and test again. Don't just put the ads on there and walk away from the code and say, my work is done. Smart members of the AdSense program are constantly tweaking their ad display, the types of ad units they put and where they put them and how they put them to try and get the most revenue. Does the ad work better in the top left corner or down the page a little bit? Do I want to put an image on top of the ad or beside the ad or below the ad? You have to test these things. And the more you test using those third-party tools, the smarter you're going to get. And the smarter you get about this, the more you're going to pump up your advertising revenue.